morning. We are leaving Madera Canyon. They are heading up 3 hours roughly north to Phoenix. Welcome back. It's time for an update on the status of Big May USA 2025. That's the name I'm giving it for the adventure of 3 Pennsylvania birders. Andrew Markel, Billy Weber, and Jason Horn have taken on to travel across the country to try to see as many species of birds as they can in the month of May. Andrew's name for it is off of his business name, the Adrenaline Birding Big Month 2025. They started May 1st down in southern Florida, Monroe County, near the Dry Tortugas. There was a little bit of logistic hiccup. They met up with Matt Sabatine, another Pennsylvania birder, but it all worked out in the end. I don't think they missed anything they wanted to see in Florida. Then they headed north, obviously, to drive out of Florida, and then drove west. Along the way, they saw yellow-headed caracara. They met up with Ryan Rodriguez in Texas, and he escorted them into Santa Margarita Ranch, where they were able to see some really important target birds for their big month, including the mottled owl, brown jays, and the rose-throated Picard, all in that one ranch. By the time I met with them May 8th, they had only spent 3 nights in a hotel. So they were driving through the night. I met up with them at 6 o'clock in the morning in Montosa Canyon, Arizona. If you're familiar, Southeast Arizona has some really sort of famous hot spots. That's one important area to get the 5-striped sparrow. Success, we got that bird right away. And then that was 6 o'clock in the morning, which I met them there. They drove like an hour and a half before that to meet me there. So early mornings, late nights, long days. We spent all day birding, Southeast Arizona. Then I eventually left them at 2 o'clock the next morning when they headed out of Pima County, Arizona, and on their way to Maricopa County, Arizona, where they met up with Troy Corman, who helped them get common blackhawk, gray vireo. They got LeConte's thrasher, all those birds in Arizona before they drove farther west into California, Imperial County, San Diego County. They went to Salton Sea, and eventually they made their way to Ventura County, California, and they did a pelagic that they arranged with Captain Daniel LaBarbera of Odyssey Sportfishing through Dana Wharf Whale Watching and Sportsfishing. So I'll put all these names and contacts at the end of the video if you want to connect with Ryan or Daniel. So on that pelagic off the coast of Ventura, California, which I think is Orange County, they were able to see some exciting water birds, including the flesh-footed shearwater and short-tailed shearwater. I think they had 4 scripps murrelets, a couple thousand, 5,000 sooty shearwaters, a few hundred pink-footed shearwaters, so some really good chin-faring birds. And then they made it back to land, drove to LA where they ditched the rental car, flew to Hawaii, landed in Honolulu, and spent a day on the island of Oahu before flying to Kauai. And today they are on the island of Kauai, and they're planning a big hike, a long hike, steep, uphill, wet, muddy hike in Kauai. So it's been a whirlwind of an adventure following them. I will share the link to their trip report where you can see their progress. Last I checked, their species was above 500. So in 2 weeks to see 500 species of birds in the southern states alone, and well, Hawaii. But yeah, I think they're going to hit 700. So they still are planning another pelagic off the East Coast. They're going to go through the Rocky Mountains and into Alaska. So quite the adventure. Like I said, I'll share the contacts for their guides and the trip report at the end of the video. So hopefully we'll have one more check-in before the end and see how their Big May is going. I think they're still friendly with each other. I think they're all still talking, and we know they're still alive because they have their trip report. But it's grueling, it's exhausting, and it's so fun to watch from afar. They're going to have some good stories to tell.
Do that again with the hummingbird. I don't know if I look at a hummingbird yet.